Yes, Grizzly Warrior here. Welcome, and we'll get right to it because I'm hungry. I'm going to show you another way to cook your food if the power goes off and you have no electricity. So we all have a camp stove, and this is propane. The 1 pound cylinders, they run about $8. But if the power's off, and if you don't have any of these, they're very hard to find. My friend of mine, what happened to him last winter, he's got the little 2 burner stove and he had no fuel for it. So when the power was off, he went to Canadian Tire, wherever, and couldn't find any in town. They were all sold out. So he had to go outside of town to a little community. He did find one, but he might have got a couple of meals off it, maybe half a dozen. But anyway, be prepared. If you're not going to do this method, you need to stock up on some propane for your stove for the winter. And in my last video, Have a Steak with Grizzly, you can check that out. I did use my little propane camp stove and cooked up a steak and the coffee, and I didn't have any barbecue lighter. I just had a little Bic lighter. And so everyone in the comments got after me to get myself a Bic lighter. So here you go, guys. I got one. So, and if you only have one, that means you got none. So make sure you have 2 of everything. So what I did with here was I saved a bean can, which we all have, and I put a partial roll of toilet paper in each one, filled it about half full with canola oil, and lit that. And I'm going to try to cook my hot dogs on here. Now I recommend doing this outside if you have a little deck or patio somewhere, because it'll probably stink. So, and the other one, I've got that going pretty well. I filled the cans about half full of the oil so that it would soak into the toilet paper and stay lit long enough. So I am going to try to boil some water to have an instant coffee, and let's see if it works. I haven't tried it yet. So that should do me. And I put a couple of bricks there to keep it sturdy, and also so that you wouldn't grab onto the can. Now, I see what I did wrong. Actually, I would have to, there's no air getting to it, so it's going to put it out. So I don't think that that's going to work, because now, setting the frying pan on there, just put them out. And that's why it's so important to try it out before you get to the woods or the power's already off and you don't have anything. So I am going to move that and bring out my stove and put that back on and cook my lunch. So I would say that was a flop. Just hang on, I'll get my stove. Okay, I'm back. So I'm glad that I wasn't up in the woods, and depending on that, cook myself something to eat. Now let's move that over, get this out of the way. And we'll hook this up. And we'll screw this on. I'm hoping there's enough propane in this. And you got to be careful that you don't get it cross thread. That stuff stinks. It's gonna stink up my clothes. Okay, so we'll get this tank going. There we go. Set that on there. Move that up there. We'll throw some butter in the pan. And let's see now. There we go. Good old faithful. There, we're back in action. There, so the water's going. We'll have a coffee. Got a couple of hot dogs going there. I put some little butter in there. I am so hungry. Make some coffee. This is a nice fair trade instant coffee, organic, very good. So that should come along there very quickly. So that did not work. So I'm glad that I experimented with that. You need holes in the can, which you can't put holes in it because then you've got your oil in it and it's only going to leak out. So you'd have to have them on some kind of tray. So it's just too much hassle. So you're best to go and get your tanks. I think you can buy these in a 2-pack. But I would suggest you have some on hand for when the power's off. And then you can, if you had to put this inside, if you don't have a backyard or a deck, you could still put this in the house and use it. It's just the propane. It's no different than your propane cook stove. So anyway, those are going to cook up real nice here. So thanks for watching. I'm going to finish cooking these. I don't want to make the video too long. So I'll finish cooking those and have myself a coffee. And the other thing I wanted to mention, I'm 2 subscribers away from my first goal of 500. So I'm thinking on doing a live, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, so yeah, 2 subscribers away, 500. But you know, the hardest part was from 450 to 500. I kept gaining subscribers and losing and gaining and losing. So anyway, a friend told me that don't look at your subscribers anymore. Just keep trying to put out good content. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate y'all.